Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are definitely getting ready to get up on out of here for our last webinar for the evening. I am Brandon Caldwell, and we are definitely going to get started in about 30 seconds, 30 seconds or less. You guys definitely want to start your watch parties. I am about to start mine. So get it, get it, get it, get it. I am going to start mine. And we will go live in about 15 seconds to give you guys a chance to start your watch parties. And we will get started in just a second. So look, guys, there's a lot of things that's going on. And we got a lot of promotions going on. We got a lot of things that we want to cover and share with you guys. And we are going to talk about our daily pay. We are going to talk about our $10,000 giveaway from the Extra Digit Movement. And we are going to talk cash flow expansion. So you guys ready? We are going to get started in about 10 seconds, soon as we can. Go ahead and start your watch parties if you can. And we are going to go. Now, look, guys, there's a lot of things that's going on in the world today. I mean, this pandemic is really got everybody in a state of affairs that we've never, ever been in. Now, the thing about it is we are breaking history. We are breaking history here in 2020 because if you look at the pandemic and the state of affairs, none of us has anybody that we can actually call and ask, how did you get out of this? How was it and how long did it take? We can't talk to our parents. We can't talk to our grandparents or our great grandparents. We can't talk to anybody on this pandemic. Well, with this pandemic, there's a lot of things that have been magnified during this time. During this time, we've had a whole bunch of things. I mean, let's think about it. We have the NBA now with fake fans. We have baseball that was delayed that don't have fans either. Guys, the Olympics was even shut down. I mean, we have churches and worship centers that have been shut down. But the thing is, everybody's going virtual. But we also have unemployment at an astronomical high rate right now. And I have on with me a very special guest that I am going to be bringing up in just a second here. This gentleman right here, let me tell you, he is blazing. He knows 100% of the business. He loves to have fun. And the thing about it is he has a ton of knowledge. And I would be wouldn't be more grateful to have somebody that is co-hosting with me other than Mr. Herschel Gibbs. Herschel Gibbs, are you out there?
I am here. How you doing, Brandon?
Hey, man, I am doing awesome, man. You ready to get started?
Hey, man, let's make it happen.
Hey, that's good. Now, I was just talking a little bit and telling everybody how this pandemic is really shaping up. I mean, with all the things that have been already shut down, with us having nobody that we can actually reach out to ask how long this pandemic is, there's actually 4 challenges that have been magnified with this pandemic going on. I mean, one of them being inflation, when the prices of goods and services are completely going up. Now, we thought they were going up before the pandemic, but let's look at it now. Food is going up. Healthcare is going up. Daycare is going up. Gas is definitely going up. We have taxes going up. Everything around us is going up. But the thing about inflation is when everything around you goes up, your dollar value actually drops. And then we have taxes. I mean, that was already our biggest expense, you know. And let me tell you, with taxes going on, there is one thing that those stimulus checks came out and everybody, well, not everybody, most people got them. But the thing about the stimulus checks is, Herschel, everybody has to pay those back. The taxpayers are gonna have to pay those back. And the thing about it is taxes causes debt. And can you tell me a little bit about how when taxes are at the highest peak where they are taking the most money, how does debt intertwine with that and affects and be our third challenge?
Well, Brandon, people don't realize that taxes are actually our biggest expense. That's first of all. Anytime you work a job, as hard as you work, before you bring your check home, you've lost 1/3 of that. And so we end up in our life having to budget around 66% of the income we're making. So it complicates the debt factor. Now, right now, Brandon, most people are floating credit cards. They're living from paycheck to paycheck regarding that. And so when you think about, $1 trillion is already being generated now on just credit cards, the debt factor just takes it over the top. Now, we start looking at things like the taxes and whatnot, as great as that is. But Brandon, the debt factor is going to be crippling, which is what is happening now. And so you begin to transition all that debt, man, into the big business sector. Because when we look at debt, we don't see it all the times. We understand the whole big picture of this stuff. But when you look at corporations, for example, now everyone right now has to pivot. Everyone has to understand we're in unique times right now. But not just are we dealing with the challenges, Brandon, we have major corporations as well. And they're dealing with the same factor. So their way of coping, though, has to do with them making the shift, either from Wall Street, which affects our 401ks, or big business still stays in our pocket from holidays and all these different things that take place. So the factor with big business, and we have to understand, is that, we can't be consumed in what's going on here. As detrimental as it seems, and as challenging as it seems, there is really a way to understand what's going on. And so really you start thinking about, what's happening here? How are these corporations handling it? What are they doing? So, and you can share this yourself. You think about, how are these companies winning? What factors are they looking at so they can shift and make their winning sale? What kind of companies are we talking about?
Well, that is excellent. That is excellent. And I couldn't have said it better myself. See, the thing now is with those 4 challenges and those companies that are actually putting a damper on, especially employment, guess what? During this time, there's actually solutions out there for this pandemic, because everybody is not losing during this whole pandemic. And you would agree, Herschel, that companies and people that are providing solutions are definitely winning, don't you think?
Absolutely. In fact, we can look at corporations, for example, Brandon. We look at companies like Purell as a prime example. Now, here's a company that really has been kind of in the backdrop, but now with the disinfectants, we look at companies like Uber. We look at the companies, for example, that make manufacturers of masks right now, who I don't even know who that is, but that they're winning. So you think around all these things that are going on now, Zoom, these companies they're not losing. But the whole point, Brandon, is that we have to learn to make that shift as well. They made the shift on the corporate level. Now we have to understand how we have to also now pivot and move the same way they do. They're taking advantage of that. Now we have to move in what I believe would be the next multi-billion-dollar industry, which is a home-based business arena. That's what's going on. So, if you don't mind sharing that in terms of how this is going to be a way we can pivot and take advantage of this different transition, that's what we're about to do with the home-based business arena.
And you're exactly right, guys. Or Herschel is exactly right. And when we have companies that are actually providing solution, guys, everybody is at home. Everybody is at home. If you are providing services right now, who out there would agree that Zoom is definitely winning? Uber Eats, DoorDash, if you're making masks, if you're making hand sanitizer, you definitely are winning. Well, here's the thing, guys. Being at home is a better way for the economy to move. And when I tell you right now that people are definitely coming out of this pandemic better than they went in, you have to understand. Now, you might be saying, Brandon, what are you talking about? Well, guys, look at it. We are a part of the Extra Digit movement, and the Extra Digit movement has partnered up with Making Wealth Real Financial. And what we do is we actually provide you a home-based business. Now, you guys may say, well, what's the business? Well, look at it, guys. You are looking at it, and you are really being a part of it front row. What we do is we provide solutions to those 4 challenges that we spoke about. you have a home-based business, the number one entity that the IRS encourages everybody to have. One, because it lowers your tax bracket and you have tremendous benefits that you would have as a business owner that you wouldn't have as a non-business owner. We provide virtual solutions. Guys, think about it. We are at home. You have to understand the trend is definitely moving. We are moving now into the new norm. The new norm is us at home. So those that can provide solutions from either your cell phone or your laptop by using social media outlets, guess what? We're moving. I mean, we're winning. And then you have a team of financial experts. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I tell you that no wealthy person has gotten to their status without a team of experts, then definitely know that right now. So if you guys are with me, I want you guys to type in the comments. I want you to team of experts. Type in the comments, team of experts. Now, look, we are definitely showing people how they can actually start getting paid daily. You don't have to depend on one particular outlet. We are actually showing people how we are gaining daily pay everywhere from $5 to $1,000 a day. Now, Herschel, you and I both are getting part of that daily pay every day at what time?
5:02 p.m.
5:02, like clockwork, guys. 5:02, we actually get a text message. And let me show you, we have a text message that we actually get every single day at 5:02, where we actually are getting compensated. We have, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that, Hirsch? Every day, I'm at the $50 a day mark. Every day, yes. I get a text every day at $50. Guys, that is $1,500 a month. Guys, we have people that are getting $20 a day, some people that are getting $200 a day, and some people that are getting $500 a day. Here's a few of our colleagues right here that are making $20 a day. We have some that are making $30 a day. Guys, that's $900 a month. And guys, guess what? It keeps on going. Here's some of our business partners that have $50 a day. We have some that are still making $50 and they are doing it big. Here is Mr. Kier Jr. Spates of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Anthony Moore, they are doing it. We have some of our business colleagues that are making $100 a day. Guys, it keeps on going. Now, I want to tell you exactly how to get that, but I'll speak on that just in a little bit real quick. But I do want to share with you guys how powerful leverage is. Now, you may not have heard of leverage, but I want you guys to think about it. If you're at your job leverages you to build their business. Write this down if you're taking notes. Every single day that you go into a building that you do not own and work for a company that you do not own, you're making somebody else rich. So in the comments, type in somebody else rich. We all know what that means. I want you guys to understand right now, we're leveraging the social media platform. We are using a platform right now where people can actually dive in. Now, we may have a few hundred people watching this live, but guess what? It's the gift that keeps on giving, because using leverage of social media, when we put this on our social media sites, such as Zoom or such as YouTube, such as TikTok, such as Facebook, such as Instagram, those entities will always be viewed. And who knows, by tomorrow, there's a couple hundred views of this live platform will be in the thousands. Here it is, guys. Let me break it down and give you some facts. Zoom has, within the past 6 months, has generated more money than the airline industry as a whole. Zoom has generated over $48 billion in revenue, and the airline industry as a whole generated less. Why? Well, let's think about it. If the unemployment rate is up so high, that means most companies have folded. Those that are still functioning have sent everybody home. So look, jobs were looking already for a reason to cut costs. This just magnified it. Now we don't need the space that we have. Now we don't need the building. Now we don't need to pay for utilities. We can have everybody working from home where they are safe. And all we have to do is log into Zoom to do a meeting. And guess what? Zoom is winning, guys. Herschel, now with MWR Financial, explain to me just real briefly what the three parts that we do as Extra Digit Movement and how that functions into what MWR does for us in our partnership.
Listen, I tell you, when you look at this platform, you all, the 3 points of view, the 3 factors are: one is simply just expose. All you want to do with your home-based business is just expose. You look at the people just before earning the daily income. What did they do? They all exposed. The people that earned the most income or more of the income did what? They exposed the most. Now, when you start looking at the whole thing that we talk about as far as exposure, you have the best exposure possible. You have the social media platform. So why not, if you're going to be in the comfort of your home? If you think about the fact that corporations right now are already they're making the shift to keep us at home, why don't we go ahead on, you guys, not just leverage it, but understand the simplicity. All you have to do is expose this business. We have the most efficient training system at all. An Extra Digit Movement is the most preeminent in the entire industry. So when you look at that, you're taught with us how exactly to do what you need to do. Then we turn around, we have the experts, and then they execute. So you simply expose, we simply, chart as far as training support, and then corporate executes. It can't get any better, you all. And you don't have to have all the mastery. Just understand that when you have this component of these experts, when you talk about, licensed IRS enrolled agents, you start talking about CPAs, financial planners that are certified, you have the experts. So don't worry so much about it. If you think about it, Brandon, a lot of people, when they look at these experts, we have no problem when we have a problem with our car going to find experts on expert mechanic. We have no problem when we get sick or whatever, we go seek medical attention. You all, with your home-based business, utilize the system to help you shift and then make the success that you need to have. It's all about the experts. That's what it's all about, the execution.
Nice, nice. So guys, let me tell you, like I said, no wealthy person has a team of experts. Well, guess what? MWR is just that, our experts. So I know you guys at this point might still be asking, well, what is it that you do with a home-based business? Guys, again, you provide solutions to the 4 challenges that we talked about. Now, I don't want you guys to think that you have to say everything or regurgitate everything that you're hearing. Allow yourself to just expose. That means that you invite your friends, your family, your colleagues, your church members, your nail salon person, your barber or your stylist. Invite everybody that you know to actually hear this information just like you're hearing it right now. All you do is expose. Well, here, let me break it down a little bit more. Everybody is familiar with the Golden Arches. Now, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in the States, overseas, up north, down south, East Coast or West Coast. Everybody knows the Golden Arches. But here's the thing about the Golden Arches and McDonald's as we know it, right? McDonald's, you can get and purchase and buy into their franchise for around $250,000 to $2 million, depending on where you are. Well, here's the thing. McDonald's developed a system. And when it doesn't matter what McDonald's you go to, the system is always the same. When you buy into it, Herschel, you don't have to reinvent a new burger. You can't use your own personal special sauce. You have to use their system. And the thing about it, guys, is their system has provided over $1 billion served in the industry. Now, I don't know about you, Herschel, but the food just ain't quite as good and to me as it might be to some, except the apple pies. I tell you, I still go and get the apple pies. But here's the thing, guys. The thing about McDonald's is those 4 core values you will never, ever change. Now, you may say, what does that have to do with what you guys are talking about? That's a good question. MWR provides us a financial edge membership, and those are our 4 core basic menu items. So when you get into the franchise of MWR Financial, you don't have to pay over 200,000, guys. It is just $228 one time and $119 a month. Guys, that's $4 a day for you to have your own home-based business, or a lack of better words, your own franchise. Your own franchise. You have Money Max, Credit Max, Equity Max, and Wealth Max, guys. I want to share with you and bring up somebody that is definitely going to help us, because I don't want you guys to think that it's just all slides and everything else. I actually want to share with you exactly what somebody has a testimony of. Bernard, let me hear. Are you out there?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me today?
Absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and give us your testimony now that you are a part of the franchise?
Hey, man, I just have to give it back to you, Mr. Caldwell, Mr. Gibbs. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, and I always see you guys on the slides, but it's good to see you guys virtually in person, man. But Money Max, like you said, anytime we go into our job, we're making somebody else rich, and Money Max just gave me a strategy to be able to get a piece of what they're taking from me every month. All I simply did was to lower the taxes that I'm paying at my job, was to actually take my last 2 pay stubs, as well as my most recent current tax return. I turned it into our Money Max portal. What they did was they sent me back an adjusted W-4, because sometimes it's hard to actually understand it. I love it because they did the work for me. I didn't have to think about what I need to put on there. I turned it into my HR department, and then on my next pay raise, shout out to MWR being the home of the instant pay raise, but on my next paycheck, I was able to increase my income only by a great $164. But because I get paid bi-weekly, that's an extra $324 that I've been able to put back in my business and make this business self-funded.
That is excellent, Bernard. Excellent. So you mean to tell me that you didn't have to do too much work yourself?
No, just
Did
upload.
You have to work any extra hours?
Thank God, no.
Okay. So how hard was it? Was it hard at all?
It wasn't, because a lot of times we already have our app, our pay stubs already on our phones or whatever. I just uploaded it. I already have my tax return information, just upload it. Then I just told them, hey, look, I sent the email that they say, did it go through? And I said, yeah.
And the experts did everything else for you.
Absolutely.
Nice. Thanks, Bernard. I appreciate you coming out, man.
No problem. I'll keep up the great work.
Definitely. And guys, let me share with you right now. MWR is definitely winning. When I tell you that they are winning, let me tell you how much they are winning. MWR just has reached a 1-year mark. They've actually been around for 3 years, but over the past 12 months, I want to share with you some real important statistics. Guys, in 12 months, do you know that the Money Max portion of your membership has already knocked out over $13,600? I mean, the Money Max has actually knocked out over $35 million and transferred it back into people's household. That is where you actually have what Bernard was talking about, people that actually have lowered their tax bracket and have gotten that money back into that got that money back into their pockets. The Credit Max has actually knocked out over 50 to 150 points is what they're averaging on the credit, on people's credit. And when I tell you that the Equity Max, this is why I'm stuttering, is because the Equity Max is what I'm a part of. Let me tell you, the Equity Max has actually knocked out over 13,600 years, guys. And we'll get to that in a little bit, so it'll hit you just a little bit more. But over 13,600 years have come off of people's debt-free date. Guys, it's unheard of. But now look, Herschel, I want you to tell real quick, just a brief synopsis of what comes with your membership with MWR.
With MWR, first of all, you're going to, with Money Max, you're going to get the ability All you do, we have, first of all, we have, IRS employed agents who will legally, ethically and legally, ethically, and I'll get the other one, but just understand that we have an extremely bona fide system where all you have to do is upload your last 2 paycheck stubs, and then of course your last year's tax return. And what our experts will do, they will go in, make an analysis, look at your information, readjust, and then send you the information back. So you take it to your HR department and let them know, look, here's my adjustment. And on your very next paycheck, you will see the adjustment. And then of course, an increase in your income. Typically it's between $300 and maybe $800 per month, which is significant. And so it's almost like an instant pay raise, which is what we call it, Brandon. But that's the important part of this, because if you think about this, the majority of people in America now, about 70 million people, are working within a W-2, a tax code. And so when you have this ability here to convert it over to W-4, now you see where you have the impact of instant pay raise. It's amazing.
Nice. And then you also have Credit Max, which is where the credit experts actually do the work for you. You upload your 3 credit reports and the experts will absolutely go to work for you. But guess what? In this pandemic right now, the credit bureaus are actually trying to play tricks on people. So what our credit experts who have over 30 years of experience have done is they have catapulted that. They actually get the letters ready for you to go ahead and send them certified so that it can be time stamped so that those credit bureaus can't play tricks on you. We actually have the Equity Max portion and the Wealth Max portion. And guys, let me tell you, I want to tell you a little bit of a testimony, but I'm not going to share mine. I'm going to let somebody else, a special guest, come up in just a second. But I do want to respect everybody's time because it is a little late. And I want to share with you guys right now that we at the Extra Digit Movement are doing an incredible $10,000 giveaway. Now, that drawing actually started Saturday, and it will run all the way through September 1st, where the drawing will be September 2nd. Guys, I am definitely going to explain that to you in just a little bit. Now, Herschel just told you about the Money Max. We have plenty of testimonials of people that have actually gotten their testimonies, got their instant pay raises with this. We have plenty. We have credit score increases and testimonials as well. Here I am showing you exactly the exact screen from your back office where it will completely tell you what you have done, where your credit process is, and it is all right there, timestamp. Here we have several testimonials from young lady, Miss Jessica Schufert, who actually got a pay or credit score increase for both her and her husband, guys. She actually got over 132 point increase, guys. And look, my man Chuck Harden right here, he went from an 805 to an 812. Now look, there's a young lady that actually 19 years old, that she had a 355 credit score. Guy was with that 355. Within 2 months, she was able to raise her credit score to 763. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that is a testimonial in itself. She was able to go get her first car without a cosigner with a very low interest rate. Now, I don't want you guys to think that you need to have a subpar or poor credit as the credit rating teaches us or grades us. But here we have some of our business partners that actually had what they call excellent credit. We had a gentleman by the name of Bert Sims that had an 834. His credit score got raised to an 845. Guys, in the comments, I want you to type perfect score 850. Perfect score 850. Why is that? Because Miss Melissa Jackson right here on the right, she is one of our very own Extra Digit Movement partners, and she has a perfect score of 850, guys. It's unheard of. Now, the Equity Max, which we talked about, actually eliminates your debt. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I really want you guys to pay attention to this right here. Every creditor has a debt-free date for you. That means if you have a 30-year mortgage, guess what? Your debt-free date is in 30 years. This young lady right here, Miss Charlotte Hudson, she had over $525,000 in interest from student loans and things that she had been going through within her life, right? She had debt. Well, the creditors had her at 111 years, guys, 111 years before she would pay that off. But guess what? When she got with MWR, don't ask me how the experts did it because I'm not the expert, but Herschel, the experts got her 111-year mortgage down to 2 years and 6 months. They knocked her interest from $500,000 down to just $11,900. Herschel, if that isn't worth a virtual round of applause, I don't know what is, right? That is it. We've had more testimonials like this young lady, Miss Tequila MacGyver. Now, here's the thing. Let me tell you guys, when you guys eliminate your debt, so let's think about it. If your credit is up, if your taxes are down, then guess what? Your debt is down. It's time for your wealth to go up. Well, Mr. Trevor right here, his expert showed him how to eliminate his debt, which he will be debt-free this year, guys, in next month by following their system. But that's not the point. That is awesome, Trevor. But here's the thing. The experts gave him a millionaire date. Now that you're debt-free, they will actually show you how now you can use your money to invest and become a millionaire. Another part of our Equity Max is actually the bill shredder. The bill shredder, guys, is where you actually have experts, again, that will negotiate bills on your behalf. They will negotiate your cable bill, your phone bill, your water bill, your utilities bill, whatever bill that you have. The beautiful thing about it is that you actually have, you keep the same service with all of your bills. They will just negotiate to get you a lower price. Now, Herschel, I don't know about you, but wouldn't you love to have the same service but pay less in your bills? Are you there?
It's amazing. You know, in fact, the great thing about you all with the pandemic going on, it's great to know we have a company that's sensitive to the needs of so many people. I think it's fantastic, Brandon.
Absolutely. Now, we talk about our Wealth Max, which is our last portal. And let me tell you, our Wealth Max has everything from a PRA, but I know y'all have heard it from me, but I have another special guest that is about to come to the studio right now to give us his own testimony about the PRA. Is my man, Mr. Dana, out there? Come off mute, D.
Can you hear me now?
Mic check 1, 2.
All right.
How you doing this evening?
Oh man, I'm blessed and honored to be with you too, man. You guys do an amazing job, man. I appreciate you sharing this information with everybody.
Hey, thanks a lot. Now, word on the street is that you actually have dove right into that PRA account. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that in that process.
So the minute I got into MWR, I looked across all of the different maxes. I started putting my information in, and when I got to Equity Max and it started talking about a millionaire date, I realized I needed the investment piece started. So I set up my consultation. All I did was I clicked schedule consultation. Cord sent me emails, text me, called me, set everything up, had someone come and do the starter pieces to get the account set up. And we immediately started dumping money into it. So as we started making money in the business, I readjusted my Equity Max contribution to that. The millionaire date went up further. So my millionaire date is now 2031 because of the commitment we're making to get out of debt and put money into the account. And because of the money we're making with Extra Digit and MWR, my millionaire date just moved up a few years.
And it's going to keep moving up as you keep growing your team. Is that right?
Absolutely. And the beauty is I am now becoming my own bank. And that part right there, I've been direct depositing my money in a bank account for years. I have to jump through hoops every time I want to get something from the bank. And now I get to become my own bank with the private reserve account. listen, I'm excited.
Excellent, Dana. I appreciate you, man. Thanks. Keep on rising, man. I'm gonna see you around. Now, Herschel, because we are close to time, I definitely want to share real quick just one more thing that's going on with our Wealth Max portal. We actually have where not only do you get to become your own bank with the PRA, but you actually also get to invest now into what we call land banking. Land banking is actually where you buy land in the path of growth. And guys, let me tell you, just a real quick fact. There are experts that scout the land in the United States. There's no more land that's being built. So you guys understand that, right? So what they do is they actually go out and they seek out areas where they will actually mark off as the future building area, right? Well, about 50, 60 miles that is east of Los Angeles, California, there is an area that is called Antelope Valley. Antelope Valley is where we have Warren Buffett that has already invested over $2 billion into the land out there in that area because he's going to build out there. We have NASA and the armed forces that are actually going to build out there. Guys, they have a construction of a freeway that hasn't been touched and, well, it hasn't even been built, but no freeway out in that area has been built in over 25 years. They are now constructing areas now to link California to Nevada. And the greatest thing about it is in 2028, the United States will be hosting the Olympics in that area. So you would love to have a piece of land in that area. Now, here's a strategic part. Wealthy people are privileged to information that the middle and lower class are not. I want you guys to really understand that. With that being said, you have wealthy people that used to only be offered land banking opportunities if your assets were over 250,000. Well, guess what? Making Wealth Real has made that possible for the middle class because we have business partners that are already winning as well. We have Mr. Don Wilson and his wife, Ruthie, that are actually winning. This is their actual deeds to their land banking. We have another one of our business partners. Guess what? She showed that her email that she got, that is exactly on the way. Now, guys, look, I'm going to tell you, you've heard all of this, and there is one incredible thing about being in business. And being in business, you have to know that you're in business to make money. Here in the Extra Digit Movement, we are not only here to make money, but we are here to make history. And you are really looking at a portion of the #1 team in the country. Now, remember, as business-wise, when taxes, debt, and expenses go down, so does your stress level. But guess what? When your cash flow, income, credit scores, and investments are up, so is an abundance. Now, Herschel, I want you to tell real quickly, how is it the 3 ways that the Extra Digit Movement helps those business partners that come in? How do we help them get their business self-funded so that the business is paying for itself?
Encourage them to take advantage of the system. For example, Money Max. The idea that just being able to convert your W-2 to W-4 and make that transition, that's great, because now with that, there's an instant pay raise. So even if a person just got a part of that, became a part of the membership, that in and of itself is going to generate enough income to just basically make that membership self-funded. The second way, by being a member, we have the ability to simply refer other people to the membership. The membership in and of itself is $79, and that includes all 4 of our services. But also what you can do by referring 3 other people, now you're able to have those individuals, by having a $50 commission for each one of them, now that member becomes self-funding. That's another entity. And then number 3, just the ability for a person to simply enroll 3 people, 3 QFDs, qualified financial directors, and now that individual having $5 per day becoming a part of the guaranteed income system, now that being $150 also justifies and makes your business become self-funding. Those are three very, very simple ways, very, very passive to do it.
Nice. And if we follow the game plan system that is already put in place, you will have your business self-funded, guys. Now, Herschel, also real quick, can you tell us about the momentum bonus and how we actually get this and why success loves speed?
It's very simple. Here, what you want to do by enrolling 3 other QFDs, for example, now you're going to earn a commission of $50 each, and that's going to give you $250 in commissions. But also, when you enroll, introduce 3 people within a 30-day window, now there's a bonus of $150. That comes right back to you. Now, and when those 3 individuals enroll 3 as well, now your bonus is $450. When those individuals enroll 3 other people, that becomes $900 in commissions to you. So now when you add the 150 plus the 450 and the 900, you're talking about $1,500 over the course of just 90 days, which averages out to $500 per month. And, you know, and of course, people talk about this now, the whole idea, well, okay, what's going on here? They think it's a pyramid. They think about, well, is it one of those things? Well, I'll just share this with you all right now. First of all, when you have IRS controlled agents, enrolled agents who are now going to work with you in your company, I think it's kind of hard to think it's going to be one of those things, a pyramid. The other part is that, well, how can you be a service of this magnitude when you have to be able to exchange a good or service? Well, but some of those things out here, the pyramids, you don't have that happening. And then, of course, the other part of this, we're not going to have the ability, Brandon, to have people that are moving at this kind of magnitude earning income that's going to sustain and be justified in that. So that's why we don't have one of those things, and why this company right here justifies the longevity that we all need to be tapping into.
And that's exactly right, Herschel. And actually, with not only do you have IRS enrolled agents certified by the IRS working for you guys, you actually get a 1099 from MWR that signifies that you can write off the expenses that you spend money on anyway. Now, look, guys, you have a sponsor bonus. I'm just going to go over a couple and then we'll be out of here, guys. A sponsor bonus is when you actually refer people to your business. Now, again, all you have to do is expose. I want you guys to understand that when you expose people to this business, this isn't the type of business that we get people in. We actually let people in. That is one of our core values, part of the Extra Digit movement. Now, when you get somebody interested to get into their business or to start their franchise, and they actually get their membership, you will get $50 per person from now through infinity. Now, here's the thing. You have leadership expansion bonuses. You have check max bonuses. And guys, I really want to hit real quick just on the expansion bonus. Our founder, Mr. Brian Bean, who we all know, he has an incredible story and testimony on himself. But this young man right here has actually hit the top of every single company that he's been a part of. And he's given us the blueprint and the area and roadmap for success. Here is his actual screenshot of his back office. Guys, pay attention to this date. He actually started at the end of October last year. His very first check was $28. Guys, this was what he calls his reality check. Now, if you're following the dates, as you can see, within a week, he was up to already $930 by doing what? Exposing this business. He kept on going. Now, the wonderful thing about the expansion bonus is when you actually refer somebody, you can't stop another person's excitement. Guys, in the chat, I need you to write down or type in 12:30, 5:30, and 10:30. We are doing this for the next few days until September 1st, 12:30, 5:30, and 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please go ahead and mark that. 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time and 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. For everybody that actually gets their membership and becomes one of our new business partners, every single day at 7:25, we are doing a training specifically for you. But here's it is about the expansion bonus, guys. The expansion bonus is you can't stop another person's excitement. When you refer somebody, guess what? They invite the people that they know. The thing about the expansion bonus is you actually get compensated off of the people that they know, off of the people that they know, and off of the people that they know. And like Herschel said, I know when we start talking about money, some people like to say, man, this is a pyramid. But again, guys, you get a 1099, you have IRS agents working for you, and you actually are shown, not just told, but you're shown how to reduce your number one expense, which is taxes. Guys, another part of the compensation plan is actually we have a luxury car bonus. There are 3 tiers to the luxury car bonus: 500, 1250, and 3000. As your team grows, you accumulate points, and those points accumulate to the different factors. Guys, excuse me, in the chat, I want you to write 10 ways. 10 ways. Why is that? Because you actually get compensated 10 ways. That expansion bonus was just one of the ways. This luxury car bonus is just another of the ways. Guys, when I tell you that this is unheard of, here are some of our business partners that are making $500 a month. And guess what? They do not have to use the money for a car. We don't have no pink Cadillac driving around. We don't have no required Mercedes-Benz. Guys, you use the money as you see fit. Here we have some more. Mr. Herschel Gibbs out there, the one and only that is at tier 1. Myself, Lieutenant Colonel Larry Stewart, we're all at the 500. Mr. Kier Jr. Spates, the Steve Harvey Morning Show, again, he is at tier number 1. We have Miss Quanah Sims that is actually at tier number 2, guys. That's $1,250. And guess what? She is not using the money for a car. She is actually using the money to go towards her asset because she already has a car. And guess what? She didn't want a car at this time. But guys, if you see, we love the 10th. These bonuses are paid once a month on the 10th. Now we have Mr. Charles Ivory, the young lady that I spoke about with the credit that had the 355. This is actually her grandfather. He actually is at the $3,000 a month mark, and he did go and purchase him a new 2021 GMC truck. And the thing about it is that $3,000 pays for the car, the insurance, the gas, and all the upgrades that he wanted. Now we have Miss Cashflow Christy Howard, who is the first female $1 million ring earner. She's making also $3,000. And none other than our founder, Mr. Brian Bean, actually has 7 cars, guys. He doesn't need any more. But guess what? He collects antique cars, first off. So I don't want you guys to think about it. He has $3,000 a month that's given to him. He doesn't need any more cars, so he actually uses the money to grow his investment portfolio. He has 7 cars, but guess what? The thing about it is he has the title to every car, guys. This is what we talk about. We teach you how to be debt-free. Now, you also have the presidential bonus that is also paid once a month. That goes anywhere from $500 all the way up to $100,000. Here we have some of our business partners that are making $500. We have some that are making $1,000. Yes, that is Miss Quanah Sims again. Here we have Miss Shayna Rawlings, who is actually the second female $1 million ring earner, guys. And I'm going to touch on that real quick, and we're going to be out of here. We have Mr. Charles Ivory that is at the $2,500 a mark. We have Cashflow Christy Howard that is at $2,500 a mark, and none other than our founder of the Extra Digit Movement, Mr. Brian Bean, is at $10,000 a month, guys. And again, every single bonus is just one of the ways that we get compensated, but there are 10. Now, what I spoke about with the $1 million ring earner, these 2 ladies are best friends, and guess what? They are the number 1 and number 2 top female earners within the organization. They are making over $8,200 a month, and they have the $1 million ring. Here's the thing, guys. In order to make what they are making a month, you would need to have $1 million in the bank at 8% on a return on investment to get what they are making a month. And then, of course, the fellas are representing as well. The ladies did it, and so are the fellas. Man, we have Mr. Charles Ivory and Mr. Brian M. Bean that are also $1 million ring earners. Now, Herschel, real quick, can you explain to everybody what happens usually at this point in time when we come to this part of our presentation?
There are three types of people that we are going to come across typically. Number three are people who just don't see the opportunity. These are people who, for whatever reason it is, finances are straight, everything is tight, money in the bank, whatever it's going to be, but they see no need to take advantage of this opportunity. And so with those people, hey, we thank you all for coming out. I encourage you that if you will, just share the opportunity with other people. Let them know that you've seen, that you want them to see what you've seen. A lot of people out there hurting you guys, so just do them a favor and just kind of share. Number two are people who don't really want to build the business to earn income, but because they're only going to invest $79 per month, they're going to access to all four systems, Brian, and it's going to help them basically transition their income over, the income shift that we're all talking about, taking total control of their income. And I'll let number one go to you.
And the number one person says, you know what? I see the value in everything that you guys are talking about. I definitely want the experts, the certified financial advisors, the certified financial planners, the credit experts, and the licensed investors to get me straight, to get my spouse straight, or to get my friend straight. And actually, I want to get a part of that compensation plan. Guys, let me tell you, if you are not investing, you are not even on the road to wealth. I'm going to tell you, if you are number one, definitely get back in contact with the person that invited you on here tonight, and they will definitely show you how to get started. Remember, guys, 12:30 tomorrow and the day after, 5:30 on tomorrow, and 10:30 on tomorrow. I cannot stress enough, the $10,000 sweepstakes is going down right here at the Extra Digit Movement. I'm Brandon Caldwell. That's my man, Herschel Gibbs. You guys have a good night, and we will see you at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time on tomorrow.
You all be blessed. Stay safe.